Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Jolly by Nature. You haven't heard from me in a little bit in a draft setting. I'm sorry, guys. I've been real busy, and the ball that I've dropped is getting my Week 5 matchup video up here on YouTube. That should have gone up before this one did, but if you're noticing that, wow, we went Week 4, nothing, then Week 5, Week 7 back-to-back. Yet the match has been played. I've just had a lot of trouble finding the time to upload the video, but I'm going to get on that ASAP. And obviously it's done if you're seeing me here. Now this is Week 7 for your Naptown Ninjasks. We had a Week 6 bye, so no match last week, and we are currently at 4-1. So we're still doing very, very good, but we're no longer at the top of the conference. We're no longer at the top of the division, I don't think. It gets a little hairy telling with the bye week in the mix, but definitely other teams that have only lost one. Actually, specifically the team that we are facing tonight, which is a division rival, and quite possibly our scariest matchup of the whole season that we have to face twice, which is Claude 9 and his Republic City Fire Furrets. Now, Claude is a very experienced drafter. He is a perennial contender in the Puckle draft leagues. He's won one of those, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong later, Claude. I know you will. And he's very, very good. I know that personally. I haven't battled Claude before, but Claude did assist both Michael and Snag of Pokemon Rollout in Upple Season 1, and both of them brought incredibly creative sets, threw me for a whole lot of loops, and I know that Claude was a big part of that prep, so it's going to be really interesting to see what the man himself brings to me. Claude has an incredibly threatening team. This is, for my money, the best team on paper in the conference, and it's a division rival, which is unfortunate. As always, you can see the 6 that I expect him to bring on the overlay, but as far as his roster is concerned, Claude has access to Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, Kyurem, Crocodile, Seismitoad, Tauros, Mega Scizor, Chandelure, Roserade, Silvally, and Mesprit. It's really difficult for me to overexpress how good this team is or how great its synergy is. Obviously, Tapu Koko and Hawlucha form a devastating partnership. They are a terrorizing force in OU for a reason. Hawlucha notably has the ability Unburden, which doubles its speed after its held item is consumed, and when combined with Tapu Koko, he can hold the item Electric Seed, which means that when he comes on the field while electric terrain is up, he consumes that item, gets the Unburden boost, and also gets a +1 in defense, which makes him significantly more able to set up and then threaten, obviously with the very threatening stab coverage of acrobatics and high jump kick, which is a big problem, a big problem. Tapu Koko itself is a huge problem. Mega Pidgeot has been like the linchpin of my success thus far in the season, and it's a powerfully threatening electric type who outspeeds Pidgeot. That is a problem. It's also got a vast array of support options. It gets both U-turn and Volt Switch, so you can't stop it from pivoting like you can a lot of electric types. It gets access to screens. It gets access to defog. It's a big problem. Mega Scizor is one of the best megas in Pokemon, period. It's just incredible, and its one big glaring weakness is its quad weakness to fire, which Claude covers extraordinarily well with the presence of Chandelure. The threat of a Flash Fire Chandelure on the back of the bench is always going to make you hesitate to click that fire move, which is going to allow Scizor to run ham. For those reasons, I think those 4 are an absolute lock to come to this match. I will be flabbergasted if we do not see Scizor. I'm anticipating like a bulky pivoting Scizor with defog and roost and U-turn and bullet punch specifically to threaten Sylveon. Otherwise, I think Scizor actually has a pretty bad matchup against me, but I can't, as great as Sylveon has been as a wish-passing cleric for me all season, I can't see having a Mega Scizor and not bringing it to threaten Sylveon. We'll see, though. Again, otherwise the matchup is bad. Maybe he will decide not to bring it, but I'm expecting it. I'm also expecting to see Tapu Koko, which could be literally any set, and sussing out exactly what Koko's set is going to be real important in this match. Definitely expect to see a setup Lucha. Definitely Swords Dance, High Jump Kick, Acrobatics. Could be rocking Poison Jab for Sylveon, could be rocking Roost. Could potentially, I guess, be rocking an Elemental Punch, but I definitely think Poison Jab or Roost would be the stronger options. I expect to see Chandelure. And again, sussing out the Chandelure set could be really important. It's only 80 base speed, but that kind of boosts up to 120 with a Scarf, allows it to be very respectably fast. Or it could be specs to hit stupid hard, or even, I'm very, very scared and very aware of the possibility of Calm Mind Chandelure, which would be a big problem for me. Particularly because it can definitely outlast Sylveon if it's Calm Mind. So that's something to be aware of. For those last two slots, a lot of things could come. I'm expecting Kyurem because Kyurem has a great matchup overall with my team. It has a terrible matchup against Sylveon. But Claude has other things to threaten Sylveon, and I think that the upside outweighs the detriment in this case. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I'm rocking like a Garchomp and a Rotom, Rotom-Mow, and a Gigalith and a Jirachi, something that has incredibly powerful Ice Beams and then Earth Power for coverage, that can easily run like a sub-Roost set. I think that Kyurem, barring Sylveon, has a fantastic matchup against me. In fact, Kyurem is the reason Sylveon is coming, but we'll get to my sets. In that sixth slot, I kind of like Mesprit. If I was making Claude's team this week, I would be bringing a Stealth Rocks Mesprit. That being said, really, there's a lot of things that could come. It could just as easily be Crocodile. It could just as easily be Seismitoad to still get those rocks up. Or even he could forsake rocks altogether. Again, Silvally would not be out of place here. The only Mon on Claude's team that I would be genuinely surprised to see in this matchup would be Roserade, if only because Mega Pidgeot has been so incredibly good for me this season. And I imagine that Claude is going to be aware of that and is going to try to minimize the threat of that Mega Pidgeot, which means not bringing his Grass type. But Roserade's a really powerful Pokemon, and he could easily prove me wrong here. But let's talk a little bit about our team and the sets that we're bringing to try to get one up on maybe our strongest opponent this season. Maybe not. There's been a couple of real surprises in the ranks, but Claude is very, very good. So our team this week starts off with Jossum, our Garchomp. We are going back to that defensive Rocky Helmet Rough Skin set. I don't want to become too predictable with that physically tanky Garchomp, but it's so good here. It utterly walls Scizor, and punishes it for hitting him, which is phenomenal. We're rocking a relaxed nature this week, which is actually speed reducing, max HP, max defense, and specifically we're rocking that speed reducing nature so we can maintain the full force of our special attack for Flamethrower for Mega Scizor. Earthquake, Stone Edge, Flamethrower, Dragon Tail. Really simple set. It walls out and beats Mega Scizor. And the first question we had to answer coming into this week is, how do we beat Hawlucha? And we have really two options for that. One of which is to kill it with priority. The other of which is if it comes in and there's other stuff alive on the bench, to survive a hit and phase it out. And Garchomp Jossum is our plan B, as it were, with Dragon Tail. Jossum can live any hit from +2 Hawlucha, and then can phase it out with Dragon Tail. Or, if Hawlucha goes to +4 or something like that, Jossum can get the chip damage off that we need for something else to land that KO. We are bringing Star Child to Jirachi this week, and for the first time, we are bringing a very OU Jirachi. We are rocking a jolly-natured Choice Scarf Jirachi with Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, U-Turn, and Ice Punch. Logic is really simple here. Claude has a couple of Steel resists on his team, and has, just one Psychic immunity in Crocodile and one resistance in Mesprit, but otherwise, those typings hit this team very, very well. And Starchild outspeeds the field other than Choice Scarf, Tapu Koko, or Unburdened boosted Hawlucha. So if we can remove the Hawlucha, or if we can remove its Unburdened boost, Starchild is in a great position to sweep in the late game here, is always in a great position to outspeed and U-turn for momentum. Really good set, obviously. It's a really standard set, so I don't feel like there's a lot to say about it. I've done a lot of really creative things with Jirachi this season, but now it's time to just to play the hand. And this is quite possibly Jirachi's best set, and it's one that I think is going to be really fun to use. Obviously, Iron Head and Zen Headbutt are both monstrously infuriating with Serene Grace to get flinches. So hopefully we can get some hacks going on our side. We have Aggro the Gigalith holding the leftover Sandstream with that specially tanky set, max HP, max Spadef, with Stone Edge, Earthquake, Toxic, and Stealth Rocks. And this is our special wall. In particular, Aggro is here to wall Chandelure. It does other things, but that's its big job, is it walls Chandelure and it walls and threatens, or at least slows down and threatens especially offensive Tapu Koko, which is really, really good. Obviously, rocks are good, rocks are handy. Bringing rocks on Gigalith means I didn't have to make room for them on Jossum or Starchild, and the fact that all three of them are coming means that Claude will not know who the rocks are on until they're on the field, which is good. Again, not a lot to say about this set. I do have to be careful for reasons we'll talk about later with my own sand, with the Sandstream Gigalith, but the boost that it gives to Aggro's Spadef is just, it can't be overstated, and we really need it. So we went with Sandstream. We are bringing Chocodile the Feraligatr, and this is, if you've been following my drafts for a while, this is basically the set that Pegasus used to stomp me in the last Blastburn Radio Community Draft. We're rocking an Adamant Feraligatr, max HP, max attack, with Aqua Jet, Liquidation, Ice Punch, and Swords Dance, Focus, Sash, Torrent. So our goal is going to be to keep chip damage off the field, to keep rocks off, and to control when our sand is active, so that when the time is right, we can come out with Chocodile, we can click Swords Dance, we can know that we're living that one hit that'll bring us down to Focus Sash and activate Torrent, and then we can just Aqua Jet everything to shit. This Feraligatr is going to outspeed most Mega Scizors. If he invests in speed heavily, then he could still potentially outspeed me and in my sweep with a Bullet Punch, but most Scizor don't run that way, so I consider that to be an acceptable risk. But overall, Chocodile's in a really good position to put in work and is a great potential win con against Hawlucha if we can just get some chip damage off, and we have some things that can help us do that. So that's good. We got Jareth, our Sylveon, holding the leftovers. Pretty standard Sylveon stuff here. Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, HP Fire, physically defensive set to give it the best mixed bulk possible, and Jareth is here again, primarily to make sure that we don't lose to Substitute Kyurem and also to pass Wishes, because our big, bulky tanks don't have reliable recovery. So Wish on Jareth is really our best recovery tool in this matchup. Last but not least, we have Neutron the Rotom Mow. We're bringing a more offensive set once again this week. Grassy MZ, Timid with Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, Defog, and Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is kind of a mixed bag in this matchup. Obviously, if Chandelure switches in, it activates Flash Fire, which is not great, but there are a lot of physically threatening mon on this team, and not much, if anything, that can Cleric for them. So being able to burn a physical Tapu Koko or a Hawlucha or a Crocodile is potentially extremely good, especially Mega Scizor. If we can burn Mega Scizor, he becomes setup fodder, which is choice. So that's going to be the goal here. We're rocking Grassy MZ, Leaf Storm, both for the big dick damage, of course, because that's always nice, but also just because it allows me to click Leaf Storm and know that I'm not leaving myself neutered the next turn to become setup fodder myself. So yeah, that's the team, guys. I don't know how we're going to do. Again, Claude is very, very good, but I put quite a bit of time into prepping this team, and I am confident at the very least that I'm not about to embarrass myself. So hopefully that's actually true. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and link up with our opponent and get this match rolling, and we'll see what he's actually packing. So stay tuned, guys. Hey, guys, we're back. Sorry, clicked the wrong button there, and holy cow, I was super wrong. Claude brought almost nothing that I was actually expecting. So let's go ahead and update our overlay. We do see Mega Scizor, we do see Tapu Koko, we did not see Hawlucha. Which again, we prepped for it pretty hard, but I would still honestly just consider that a win. Like, anytime we don't have to worry about Lucha is a good time in my book. Instead, we see Crocodile, which obviously is problematic in his own right, but I think something that we can handle pretty well. We do not see Chandelure, which is awesome. That means that we can click Will-O-Wisp to our heart's content. Instead, we see Roserade, which Roserade is actually a problem. I did not expect it to come this week, and I'm not super well equipped to face it, which is potentially bad. But yeah, like we can work with this. So okay, we're gonna We're gonna pick our lead. What are we gonna lead against this team? I think he leads most likely Mesprit, like that's the obvious lead, but there's also a distinct possibility that he leads Roserade. So if it's Mesprit and I think either way, our lead here is Starchild. We will outspeed, we will U-turn. I don't think we lose anything from doing that. Like the only thing that has, well, there's Crook, and Crook could Sucker Punch. This is tough. I think we lead Neutron here. If his lead is Roserade, then we just immediately hard swap into Starchild, anticipating the Sludge Bomb. So yeah, that's the play. Here we go. It's the Roserade. Well, shit. We got a couple of plays that we could make here. We have to go Starchild, right? Yeah, we do. He could predict me and like HP Fire, and if he does, that's a hell of a play. But yeah. There we go. Okay, good. That could have been so much worse. I don't think he stays in here. If he does, then that's a problem, but I think that we're pretty safe to just U-turn. There's a very real chance he goes Crocodile to try to trap me. There's also a very real chance he goes Scizor, and I think either way, like, U-turn is a solid play here. Okay, we're at 82 after that Giga Drain. That could give us a good idea of what set that was. Okay, that's just standard Timid Technician. So nothing fancy. Okay, we just go Neutron here. And I think we just Willow. Yeah, because like there's a very real chance Roserade just comes back out, and even Roserade doesn't really want to be burned. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. He's going to anticipate, I think, that we go right back into Jirachi. I'm just going to Volt Switch this turn and just see what he does. Actually, no, that might be... I think our neutral play is actually aggro here. He doubled. All right, well, that was definitely a move. Well, I definitely do not want to eat an Earthquake this turn. I'm probably just going to give him a chance to get up rocks for free, but we're going to go ahead and go back into Neutron. He's gonna knock off. That's fine. We're Z. He knows we're Z now, but like that's fine. We're just gonna Volt Switch here. Or do we go ahead and blow the Z? He might call the Volt Switch and stay in. How much does our Z do to Roserade? Like it's quad resisted, obviously. Does about 30%. No, that's not worthwhile. We're gonna Volt Switch. There we go. Let's go. Okay, we bring out Starchild. And we just Ice Punch here. Even if the Crook is what comes out, it doesn't want to eat the Ice Punch. And we have an increased chance to freeze. There we go. Let's go. That thing was such a problem. Now who's going to come out? Okay, I think we go Jossum here. That's fine. We'll just want to pass a wish into him at some point. And what's his likely switch here? Coco? Either Coco or Kyurem is going to come out here, right? Okay, we're gonna wish. My guess is that we're baiting Scizor out right now, but we're just gonna wish this turn. Mesprit came out. Okay. I think we take the risk and we go Star Child, try to get the healing off. I'm guessing he's going to go for rocks or status. I really wish we had brought... fuck, yeah, that's a problem. Really wish that we had brought Heal Bell at this point. Obviously, we didn't. Like, there's no putting that back in the box. We're just going to U-turn this turn. And let's get our rocks up. We are going to want to clear those if at all humanly possible. Okay, we also got our rocks up. We're going to go Jossum this turn. Every time on Scizor. No questions asked. And... okay, he's a Swords Dance set. I think we just Dragon Tail him this turn. He's not low enough for me to want to go for the Flamethrower. I don't want to commit to it and have him know that we have it. Okay, he's out. Let's go. I feel like we're doing really well here. Like, we have momentum, but... like, this is still far from over. Like, we have removed what is probably the least threatening Mon on this team. All right, we're gonna go back into Jossum and get that wish. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Oh, well, shit, that was really dumb of me. Well, that's a tool that is now thoroughly gone. Fuck. All right. Well, I mean, there ain't no putting it back in the bag, right? I really need these rocks off the field. The problem is I can't reliably keep them off the field right now, and so I'm not sure if it's actually worth it to try. Okay, we're gonna go Neutron. I think... we're gonna defog. And Neutron goes down. That's fine. I probably should have Z'd. But we got the rocks off. Now we just have to keep them off. See, this is turning real quick. Mesprit is a problem. I think it's time to burn Chocodile here because the rocks are gone. And even if we can't sweep, we can put a big dent. So we're going to go Chocodile and we're going to Swords Dance. And you know what? We're going to Swords Dance again. Oh no! Well, now we got Aqua Jet. The para mattered. Oh no, it's so fat. There we go. That I don't know if that crit mattered in torrent range, but it probably felt like it did. I'm real sorry, Claude. But we're parried, which means that the bullet punch is certainly going to outspeed. I'm not sure if it kills a neutral bullet punch, but yep, there it goes. And I think that's match. I don't think I can beat Scizor with what I have left, but we're gonna try. Yeah, aggro's really our only hope here. We just got a Stone Edge. He's the Roost set. And we missed. Yeah, that's gonna steal it, I think. Yeah, crit. Oh, didn't even do half. That's, at this point, the match is his this week. I can't even hit. Bro. Yeah. There we go. And there goes Jirachi. Ah, the para. And there we go. All right, guys. Well, again, this was always going to be a tough matchup, and Claude brought his A game, and we have been well and thoroughly spanked and punished. So we fall to 4-2. Not ideal, obviously, but still very much a winning record, and we're still in this. We face Claude again later in the season, and we're going to bring a different team and do our very, very best to make the outcome a little different. But I hope that you guys will bring your enthusiasm and come back next week when we face, I don't even know. I've been out of draft for a week, guys. I don't know if my brain works. What is our schedule? What is my schedule? Fuck, I don't know the schedule. We face somebody next week in week 8, our 7th match of the season, and that's going to be real, real good. We're going to do our best to turn this losing streak around. There we go. I found the schedule. We face our good buddy Zach and his Southside Semis here, so that's going to be a fun match. But thank you guys for hanging out today. As always, I've been Jolly by Nature. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time.